It is a picture-perfect pigskin Saturday here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Northern Illinois on the hunt for their first win. They face Western Michigan. The Broncos a perfect 3-0. Last year, the Broncos fighting hard in DeKalb, but Northern Illinois ending their chance to get to the MAC West Championship game. The 17-14 Huskies win has Western thinking payback in this afternoon's game here in Kalamazoo. Again, the weather is great. Dan Gutowski along with former Michigan defensive back Marcus Ray. Marcus, the passing games get a lot of attention for these two teams. Both the Huskies and the Broncos have big-time playmakers they can go to.
One thing about Northern Illinois, they've turned the ball over, but when they don't, they get it to this young man, Tyrese Ritchie. I really like how he creates separation from the defenders, leads this conference in receptions. He's a tough matchup. And one of the things they need to do is get one-on-one matchups and get the ball in that playmaker's hands for sure. But when you go to the other side, Mr. Excitement himself, he may be the best player in this conference. And I tell you what, D. Eskridge, Dwayne Eskridge, a two-way player. Anytime he touches the ball, you see right there, it's hard to tackle him in space. He can turn a 5-yard route into a home run. And that's why this offense is putting up 50 points a game.
Yeah, he crushed CMU last week. Our kickoff when we come back to Waldo Stadium. Western Michigan on their revenge tour. Today they've got Northern Illinois right here in Kalamazoo. Our kickoff is next. From Northern Illinois, Thomas Hammock in his second season, record of 5-10, one of the youngest teams in all of college football, but he likes the material that he's got to work with, just needs to kind of grow him up a little bit faster. On the other sideline, Tim Lester, he is very well settled in here in Kalamazoo, Marcus, taking over for P.J. Fleck. Not easy, but the Broncos are pointed in the right direction right now.
Yes, they are, and it's good to see these two coaches coach at their alma maters. Both were great football players. Coach Hammock, great running back. And you got Tim Lester with all the passing records.
Yeah, you can see our weather is nice. Breeze, soft, not strong. And great sunshine here in southwest Michigan. Northern Illinois wins the coin toss, and they elect to go on offense first. So they're going to let Western kick it off, and the Broncos will try to ramp it up defensively and, get this game started on their terms.
Special teams definitely going to play a factor especially for Northern Illinois, if they can establish some field position, flip the field too whenever they do punt the ball, and then just try to create some ball control situations to keep this high-powered offense off the field.
Nick Mihalik will kick for Western Michigan's Broncos. Not often will you get great weather like this at the end of November in Southwest Michigan, so we're very happy that the weather conditions are very football friendly. And deep kick into the end zone is going to sail out, no return. The Huskies will start with the football at their own 25-yard line. And that means Ross Bowers, who is the fifth-year senior, had played at Cal and done well there, but now with his fifth year, he's jumped into this Northern Illinois
Offside.
program.
Kicking team, number 7. 5-yard penalty will be added to the spot of the touchback, 1st and 10.
And that's our referee, Tom Stapleton.
Correction, offside number 27.
Okay, so we've got that straightened out. And the Huskies get a 5-yard bump before they take their opening play from scrimmage here. Bowers has played well for Northern Illinois, but he's not a very mobile quarterback. He'll throw on first down, step up, and now he runs and slides and gets a few yards.
That was a good read by Bowers because to the far side, the Broncos took away all of his primary targets, and that defensive line got in there so quick. He had to tuck and run. That was a great decision.
So a good positive pickup on first down. Northern Illinois trying to make some noise early, and they are going into the sun. Might be hard for Bowers when he looks downfield for those wideouts. And Western Michigan crushing into that backfield, and Harrison Whaley on the ball carry, but 2 Bronco defenders right there to put him down.
Well, you'll see number 8, Ralph Holly, young man, former linebacker, right in the middle of your screen, just gets penetration, and that's going to be a tough block for Braden Patton, the center. He's going to have to take that bucket step, meaning step around to that gap, but that was too much penetration.
Brings up 3rd and long. Bowers with time to throw, and he'll complete it right at the first down marker. And the hook up there is with the tight end, Daniel Crawford.
You may get a measurement already.
They're Northern Illinois trying to hurry things up and make some substitutions.
Looks like he's down right at the 39, so they got the spot right there. That was excellent pass protection by this offensive line. Good stand and deliver by Bowers.
So they're calling it 4th down and 1, and it's a quick snap. Northern Illinois tries to move fast and get that first down. I don't know, that pile didn't move very close to the first down marker, and they're going to probably have to measure this just to, they'd say it is a first down. So the Huskies gamble, and it pays off.
Oh, wow. They sure did, kid. They just had to touch the 40-yard line because that was awfully close.
Bowers again, Western Michigan jumped. And Bowers is going to kind of force the official's hand and say, hey, we'll take that 5 yards any way we can get it. Now the officials are going to talk it over. I'm not quite sure.
Offside. Defense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, 2 simple penalties by Western Michigan already. Haven't hurt them too much, but still, it's not the kind of tone you want to set if you're Tim Lester early in this game, Marcus.
No, and that's a great job of going on a different cadence to try to keep your offense in rhythm and keep the defense on their toes.
Whaley takes the handoff, and again, he gets swallowed up in the middle there. And plugging that hole, Corbin Moment, the Mike linebacker for Western Michigan. Broncos defense looking pretty sharp early here, at least in terms of stopping the run.
Yeah, this NIU offensive line, and I actually like the play design where you pull the backside H-back, you see the tight end coming around Crawford, trying to hit it up in there, but Corbin Moment, he stuck his face right in the fan, as they say, the picture-perfect tackle, read that interior line and stayed home.
Western showing blitz, way too aggressive. They jump off sides again. That's Trayshawn Hayward, one of their linebackers. I mean, you can be ramped up, but you can't be that ramped up.
Offside. Defense, number 23. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Yeah, this is an execution of a scouting report where you say when you play against Western Michigan, they like to blitz from space. These defensive linemen, they get off the ball fast, so they're using their aggression against them right now, and it's putting them in short yardage situations, very high percentage second down, right here, 2nd and 1. But when you use that hard count, it keeps the defense at bay. They have to respect and wait, and now they can't get a jump on you if they don't know that cadence.
Western doing a lot of favors. It's 2nd down and 1 for the Huskies as they near midfield. Bowers, time to throw. Now he'll get taken down from behind. Broncos got that pass rush going there, and Ralph Holly, the nose tackle, was the one who caught him and threw him down.
See Ralph Holly right to the right of your screen. He slips in, he beats a double team, stays with it. I think Bowers held the ball a little too long, and that's because there was great coverage down the field by Kalen Crawford. Still, man, with excellent coverage on Tyrese Ritchie. Still manageable, 3rd down and 6 right now for the Huskies on their first drive. Northern Illinois hoping to get off to a good start in search of their first win of the season. Western aggressive up front again. Now it's Whaley on the ground. He'll spin away from one, and he's got a little bit of room here to stay up and get a first down and a bunch more into Western territory. He made something out of nothing there. He sure did. I mean, they had that play dead to right. The Broncos did initially, as you see here, but he does a fine job of reversing field. Whaley, that is, getting up the field, and everybody stayed with their blocks. That's a gain of 14 down to the Western 42. Tackling has been an issue for Western Michigan. Even though they're undefeated, they've given up some points and some big plays. And you saw right there why. Lost leverage and missed tackles. Bowers gives to Whaley. Big opening in the middle. Now he turns it to the near side. Out of bounds. Inside the 25. Almost down to the 20. Two big play gains in the run here for Northern Illinois. Oh, that's a great blocking scheme. They just ran an X stump up front with the guard in the center, and they cross block, and that's part of that defensive line completely wide open, and it was a tough read for the linebackers. Good play call, good execution. Whaley with 22 yards on that carry. He's out for this play now. Northern Illinois in good shape. Bowers throwing, end zone, overthrown. And the line on Dennis Robinson, but a little too much on it. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down. I like what the Huskies are doing right now. They're punching to the head, they're punching to the body, and right now the Broncos don't know exactly where they're going to be attacked, whether it's a run game. So I like taking a shot here when you get near the red zone, try to get it all in one chunk, because they've earned their paycheck as far as drawing off sides, running the football, big 3rd down catch. We'll see if they can finish the drive. Long count, and the throw incomplete. They were coming over the middle looking for Tyrese Ritchie. That would have been his first catch of the day, but a little too hot to handle. May have been a little bit early contact here, and we'll see. You know, as a former defensive back, I think that's clean. He put his hands up. You know, if he would have had an arm, if Crawford would have had an arm on the body somewhere, the fact he had his hands up, I think he got away with it. But that was an RPO, a run-pass option, and that's a tough play to defend. That's why the middle of the field was wide open, Dan. That fake run froze those linebackers and safeties, and if he takes a little bit off that pass, they probably got 6 points. Big play here for Western's defense on 3rd and 10. Bowers is going to fire far corner end zone. Caught. Did he get his feet down? Out of bounds. What a great catch, though. But he couldn't land it. Dennis Robinson. That ball maybe just a little bit too high. And now Northern Illinois is probably going to have to bring their field goal unit out. And we'll see right here. Does that... Oh, that's whoa! Close. Is the hand looks like it's down before the foot
Yeah.
hits.
And the foot didn't land anyway. So that makes it an
Ruling on the
almost
field
great
of the
catch.
previous play is an incomplete pass. The play is under further review.
And our replay official, Stan Evans, will take a look at it, but at first glance, that's not a catch.
No, and if he didn't brace his fall, and he took a shot too in the air, so you have to, right there, when that left hand comes down, it's in the black. Which comes down first, the hand or the foot? The hand. It's a tough one.
Yeah. I just don't see it getting overturned.
And it has to be conclusive. You know, on the field, they call this incomplete. I don't believe this looks like enough to overturn it. It's a great effort, though. Great call. You see the Huskies, they're taking their shots. And they're not just going to lie down and say they're 0-3.
Northern Illinois had two big running plays that got them in this position as we take another look to see whether or not he could have gotten his foot down before the hand hit. Boy, that's so close.
Wow.
I just don't know how you can really, even the naked eye, how can you really see which is first?
And even if that foot did hit, because we may have seen a little scuff or something come up from the ground, but it's a tough one.
Well, regardless of how this plays out, the Huskies are in a good situation to get points. And given how, Western Michigan aided this drive for them with the offside penalties, if you're Thomas Hammock, you're pretty happy with a chance to get points in the opening drive.
And you took 5 minutes off the clock, Dan. That's a great point. I mean,
After review, the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass is confirmed. 4th down.
yeah, that's a great point because he took 5 minutes off the clock. You didn't turn the ball over, something that has bothered them, plagued them all year. And then you end the drive with the kick. We'll take another look at it, Dan. I don't know. Let's see it again because.
Yeah, the hit there by Harrison Taylor is what kept him from landing inbounds. And here's Richardson with a 38-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. So the Huskies take advantage of some Western Michigan penalties and those two big runs to get them a field goal. The Huskies draw first blood here in Kalamazoo. It's Western football when we come back. In that group for Northern Illinois offensively, the 2 runs by Whaley setting up that field goal. You can see that one was just almost like a kind of a Barry Sanders spin away and out of the tackle move. And Western Michigan, again, the penalties enough to put Northern Illinois in position to get that field goal.
Hey, and I think the Broncos were very fortunate not to give up 7 points there. You see Whaley, who reversed field, got tripped up by the turf monster. That was easily a touchdown. Then you had the deep ball in the end zone to Dennis Robinson, and so that was ruled out of bounds. So Northern had their chances. Broncos very fortunate to only give up a field goal.
Richardson's 38-yard field goal. Now he'll kick off and send it to Dwayne Eskridge, who can pop a big return almost any time. Not this time, though, just outside the 25. First down for Western Michigan. And again, if you're Northern Illinois, you gotta love the way that first drive played out. You got the points, and you took time off the clock. Keeping Western's offense off the field is a big part of their game plan.
Yeah, any team that can score in bunches, averaging 50 points a game, your offense has to help your defense and manage that clock. Looks
After
like
the play, sportsmanlike conduct, kicking team number 11. That's his first of the game. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that maybe happened away from the football. That would be on Messiah Travis, the freshman.
Yeah, he got into a little fisticuffs on that return there in the corner of the end zone. And guys wouldn't let up. And the second man always gets caught.
So here comes Western. 1st and 10 from their own 42. Let's see what the Broncos can do offensively. And Caleb Ellaby will play fake on first down and throw complete near side. He's got Eskridge. Little underneath catch and run. Not for much, but it is a Bronco first down. Looks like Western wants to go fast here on their first possession.
And this is something they normally don't do. They traditionally call their play lineup. Now they scan the sideline and look, as you see right there, and then they get the call from the sideline coordinator.
And the penalty plus that positive play puts them into Northern Illinois territory. Slant route is broken up, and a flag comes late. Is that going to be interference?
I think they're going to have to talk about that. I mean, you had 2 officials standing right there, didn't call it. And then right from the sideline, you see the late flag. I thought it was a good breakup. Timing was a little off for Ellaby in the backfield off the play fake. It's good defense. I mean, we can always go to the tape and find out right here, Dan. I think that's good defense. That left arm may have been on the shoulder.
Ooh. Yeah, those are all good looks.
Yeah, those are. I think that may be
no foul for pass interference on the play.
No foul. That's what they talked about it, because 2 of the officials are standing right there, and they're looking at it. They didn't call it, and then got the late flag. So it's a good call, good no call by the officials. Ready to confer with one another.
So the Broncos reset 2nd and 10 from their own 42. From the Huskies' 42-yard line. And simple handoff and a big explosion run. Here we go with Ladarius Jefferson. Little shake and bake inside the 10, touchdown. Western Michigan with some big plays in the running game of their own. 43 yards for the touchdown.
Well, one of the is 2 things here. Jefferson is a dynamic running back. Look at the patience. Wait till it opens up. Western Michigan has mastered how to block and execute the inside zone. They've been doing it for years with all the great running backs and offensive linemen. But on the flip side, this is a very young Northern Illinois defense, 7 true freshmen in that lineup. And when you have those type of young players, you're going to have some missed tackles and some mistakes, and we saw it right there.
Point after is up and through from Diego Caps. And we will take a timeout here in Kalamazoo. Western answers the Northern Illinois field goal with the long touchdown run. 7-3. The Broncos lead the Huskies. with a scoring drive of their own. However, theirs was more productive and certainly more time efficient.
Definitely, and they started off getting the ball to the playmaker, Dwayne Eskridge. You always want to feed the beast. You always want to feed your hungry dogs early. Let them eat, and I think that's what opened up some of the run plays. Definitely the 43-yard touchdown that we saw, but up front, that offensive line did a great job of creating space in between the hashes, and then you saw the patience of Ladarius Jefferson. He's one of our impact players, too. He was a guy that we selected that was going to have a day, potentially, or definitely have an impact in this game.
Nick Mihalik will kick off a 3-play, 73-yard drive, capped off by the 43-yard touchdown run. And, yeah, this is another challenge now for Northern Illinois. Keep your offense on the field, keep them productive. Western Michigan, they figure, hey, we clean up our penalties. We could get these guys into a 3-and-out, get the football back for our guys.
Yeah, and the Broncos score fast. I mean, any team that's averaging 50 points a game, it's not because they try to milk clock. It's they get it and they go. And as Coach Lester told us on the call this week, he said, hey, they have to pick their own poison on defense. If you want to load the box, they'll throw it.
Richie in motion. They'll throw to him. Little swing pass out of the flat, and he is tackled. One-on-one tackle, and that's a good takedown there by A.J. Thomas, the senior from Detroit Jesuit. Former Cub does very nicely here.
Yeah, he did a great job making a tackle in space on a pretty good receiver in Tyrese Richie. And Thomas is an interesting story. He's former safety, and so with some of the injuries and things happening in the Broncos defense, they had to move a lot of bodies around, so they put him down as a Sam linebacker.
Second down, they'll come back the other way. This is complete. They've got it to Richie, and he'll get positive yardage, forced out at about the 35-yard line, and that is very close to a Northern Illinois first down.
I like the call, too, because now they're using the change of pace, throwing the bubble screen, trying to get the ball in space to one of their playmakers. They threw bubble right. Now here's bubble left. Richie was in the outside position, stepped back, got two great blocks from some young receivers. You see Toure out there. But if you're going to run that bubble, now you're making the defense defend the entire field.
The Huskies are 1 of 3 on third downs. Look at this run up the middle. Oh, he had one man to beat, but he did get enough for the first down. And Aaron Collins just hits that hole with big speed for a first down, a gain of 7.
Oh, I tell you what, they blocked this well. But watch the downhill running right there. And you see the safety, Bryson Garner, he just saved a touchdown. But that was excellent. That was an excellent call and execution versus an all-out blitz, essentially.
Huskies fairly conservative offensively here, not taking many high-risk chances early against Western. 1st and 10 from their own 41. Throwing here, near side, Richie's got it, and he's forced out right away. Short gain. But again, these little small chunk plays are doing well right now for Northern Illinois.
Well, one of the things that they're doing is Bowers is a good pre-snap read quarterback, so he's looking at this off coverage by the corners, and then he's scanning to the sideline, and then that's when they're checking to these speed outs or to the bubble. But I think Western Michigan needs to disguise their coverage a little bit more so that Bowers doesn't get a premature read on their coverage.
That's a 5-yard get on first down. Western bringing some pressure, and oh, what a tackle there. The hole was open, but not for long. And the ball carrier went down quick, courtesy of a big hit by Corbin Moment.
Oh, man, this is not the first time we've called his name, but he followed the pull right there. It maintained his gap integrity is what it's called as a linebacker. When you see linemen pulling, guys in your gap starts to move to a different area on the field. He tracked the ball, lowered his pad level, and made a big-time splash.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 6. Bowers with some good time. Ball is deflected at the line, incomplete. So the Broncos get the hands up, deflect the pass, and it brings up 4th down.
That probably was a good thing for Northern Illinois because that ball might have been intercepted. It was extremely good coverage to the wide side of the field where Bowers tried to go. But You see this Broncos defense executing when it matters most, trying to get off the field on third down. But I will give the Huskies credit for a change of pace with the play calling and trying to mix it up, and they just fell short on that third down.
Matt Ferenc will punt for Northern Illinois.
Oh, it's a fake.
And they'll fake it, they'll throw it, and they'll complete it for a first down. They got enough yardage. Wow, they ran that play very, very well. Messiah Travis was the one who made the grab that got them the first down.
Very innovative. The snap goes right to the up back, Travis. Well, and then he turns around and throws it to Travis, but they snapped it to the up back,
right,
which is a very sneaky, unassuming play call. But that's something that you scout and say, I think we can hit him, because the guy covering the slot is not paying attention. That's a great call, because you're assuming he's going to run down and cover the kick. 8
yards gets the Huskies into Western Michigan territory. The drive continues. There's a fumble. A little bit too much contact there in the exchange, and a good cover there. Northern Illinois almost lost the handle on it.
We'll see here. These jet sweep type motions, it's a timing thing, and right there, it was running a little too fast in motion at the time, but the snap count probably was late, because that ball should have been in the quarterback's hands before the receiver even tried to make that exchange. Those jet sweeps, you really got to rep those.
Jared Mitchell was the one who made the recovery there, so they lose yardage. Second down and 14. Bowers, the pocket shrinks, and he unloads. It's caught, and nothing after the catch there. Ball back at about the 50-yard line. So the escape throw was made to Harrison Whaley, who gets gobbled up immediately. Brings up 3rd and long for Northern Illinois. They're going to go to the line and try to get this play off quick.
But Bowers has to be careful holding the ball too long, too, because he's getting close to getting sacked. And that was a great heads-up play to check down to Whaley. But he has to get rid of that ball a little bit sooner.
3rd down and 12. See what Western brings pressure-wise. There's a throw, and caught right at the first down marker. Northern Illinois moves the chains. That was good coverage, but a better catch made by Tyrese Ritchie.
See, right there, when I just said, if he gets the ball out in time, it gives his receivers a better opportunity to catch the football. That's a great throw. Good route by Ritchie, using his body to box out Patrick Lupro, the cornerback. He knew exactly where the sticks were. The timing was there. He didn't throw off his back foot, and that's why it was a completion.
Gain of 14 yards. The Huskies keep the chains moving as they try to keep up with Western. There's Whaley in the middle, brought down, maybe a gain of 1. Nothing flashy there, and Whaley had 2 big runs on Northern Illinois' opening drive that set up the field goal.
I like the play call, keeps them honest, because Bowers keeps that football or throws the bubble off of that. It will be there the next time. But that's a temperature check play, safe as you enter the short field.
Bowers has gone fairly conservative with short throws in the passing game. Here's another quick release, and incomplete. Looking on the far side for Ritchie, but I don't know if that ball went out too early or Ritchie didn't turn around in time.
Yeah, timing was definitely off. Looks, in my opinion, I think Bowers got rid of it prematurely. That was a good route, though, by Ritchie. He's very crafty out of his breaks. I mean, you might have him right on his back, and he'll plant the foot. Next thing you know, you're 2 yards away from you. So if he gets the right ball, he's going to come down with it.
3rd and 9, another important 3rd down for the Huskies on offense. Bowers, a little bit more time. Now he's going to roll out, and now he'll run and turn it almost inside the 25. He's maybe 2 yards short of a first down, and that might be enough to get them in field goal range.
We'll see. Bowers this time, he extends the play. There's a loss of contain at the top of the screen by the defensive end, so now it puts the secondary in harm's way. But it's a good tackle in space by the Broncos, Trayshawn Hayward, because that would have been a first down. Now Northern Illinois has a decision to make, decide maybe possibly to go for it or draw them off sides. And remember, this drive was extended off that fake punt.
4th down. This is a big one. They're going to go for that first down. Oh, what a great catch by Ritchie in traffic. Stayed up after the catch and gets inside the 10. Man, that is a big play for Mr. Ritchie.
Hey, that was a gutsy throw, but the catch was even better. We're going to see it here. It's still hard to even see how he got it in there. Linebacker was a little bit too hesitant. Good. That was a good read, though, by Bowers. And that's a good setup because it put a linebacker having to cover your best receiver in space on 4th and 2. Good call.
So the Huskies keep it moving down the field inside the Western 10, looking for maybe a go-ahead score. Here's Whaley, big hole. He gets popped at about the 6-yard line.
Timing was a little better now on that fake jet sweep. And that play's designed to get that defense going with the motion and try to hit it right up the chute. It's good discipline, good read by Hayward and those linebackers. Reading, backside offensive lineman pulls, big right guard. So it's good execution on both sides, though. But I think next time that jet sweep might be there.
Whaley again. This time he's taken down in the backfield. Good one-on-one tackle by Bryson Garner.
It's the second time we've seen that guy make a touchdown saving tackle, Dan. He's a leader. Makes all the checks for the defense. As you see right there, he gets in the box and makes a tackle. He's the grad transfer from Pittsburgh, played a lot of football in the ACC, doing a fine job here.
That's a loss of 1. Brings up a very important 3rd down here. Bowers probably will have to try and go in the air this time, and the flags are thrown before the snap. 3 of them go up at the same time.
Ball start, offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So the Huskies will back it up. Really impressed so far with the poise that Northern Illinois has shown on offense. We've talked about how young this team is, and you know, sometimes young teams and the experience will flash at certain times, but they've hung in and kept pressing Western Michigan on both of their chances offensively in their first 2 drives.
Well, they're buying in, and you see Coach Hammock, one of the things he talked about in his press conference this week and on the phone with us is he wanted those guys to protect the football. If they can protect it, and then you'll see the execution, you'll see better drives. And now it looks like in this ball game, they're trying to stretch the fight because Western Michigan can get up on you. Coach Tim Lester likes to put points on the board. If they go up 3-4 scores on you in the first half, then it completely takes the wind out of your sails. But it looks like Northern Illinois is boxing right now with, they're punching with Western Michigan because Western's only ran 3 plays. So they've had the ball the majority of this quarter so far, and that's one way to keep yourself in the game.
3rd down and goal from the 12-yard line. Bowers, lots of time here with everybody trying to cover the end zone. Now he's going to have to unload, and he throws underneath. It's complete. Caught by the tight end, Daniel Crawford, but short of the goal line, pushed out at maybe the 3-yard line.
The question is,
the end of the first quarter.
Well, they got some time to think about it.
Well, whatever happens will happen when the second quarter begins. Northern Illinois trading punches with Western Michigan after the 9-yard gain on 3rd down. We'll take a break here in Kalamazoo. The Huskies hanging with the Broncos here at Waldo Stadium. The Huskies are going to gamble and go for it on 4th and goal from the 3-yard line.
Look for some type of switch route, sprint out pass.
Bowers, not much pressure on the run. He threads the needle and completes it. Ritchie is wide open for the Huskies touchdown.
It's a great call, great execution by Bowers. And one of the things Western Michigan can't do is lose sight of the best receiver in that white uniform, Tyrese Ritchie. Man had 11 catches last week, 108 yards and a touchdown. You have to identify him. That's Bowers' favorite target. Look at the protection. Takes his time. A little bit of a moves the pocket. Great throw on the run. Easy throw and catch. Northern Illinois capped this drive. Great execution all drive long.
The one guy you cannot lose in coverage was lost, and the Huskies get the extra point, and they take their second lead in this game. They have owned time of possession, and now they have the lead on the board. 10-7 is your Northern Illinois lead here at Western Michigan. Well, the young pups from Northern Illinois are showing poise and patience and talent, and they have taken a 10-7 lead on Western Michigan. Time of possession is so ridiculously in favor of Northern Illinois. Over something like 14 minutes for Northern Illinois, Western just 43 seconds. So what that really means is right now the Huskies are playing their tempo and they are succeeding. And an onside kick is going to be loose, and there's flags gone. And there's going to be a big-time scrum for that football.
Well, the way you have that type of time of possession is it's called execution. It's called third down plays, extending the drives, penalties on the other team, and just being able to convert. And that's what they were able to do. And then they ran a fake punt, and it caught the Broncos off guard, and that extended the drive as well. And then you come back with a surprise onside, as we call it, and we'll find out what the call is here. I did see one of the Huskies jump up, looked like he hit the football, though. And I don't know if that's the penalty or not, but maybe it didn't go 10 yards yet. But I really like the call to go for an onside kick.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 43. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down. Timeout.
So we'll take a timeout here in Kalamazoo, and the Broncos will get the football. There is an injured Western player on the field. We'll get things reset. It's 10-7, Northern Illinois leading on the road. So Western Michigan with great field position. And they start at Northern Illinois' 36-yard line. An aggressive decision by Northern Illinois to go for that onside kick. I kind of like it.
I really like it, too. You dominate the time of possession. You have the Broncos on their heels. And you try to catch them off guard and keep that time of possession rolling. Play keep away with the football.
Ladarius Jefferson will miss the play fake on first down. The completion near side is to Sky Moore. And Moore gets it inside the 20.
Well, when you're playing that off coverage with these type of receivers, you don't want to give up the big one. So what Ellaby's going to do, he's going to take the short throws, and that's a good 7 or 8 yards at least before he even catches the ball.
Yeah, and they get 14 total, make it first down at the Huskies' 20-yard line for Western Michigan. Now they keep it on the ground. Here comes Jefferson, swarmed up and taken down, maybe a gain of 1 to the 19.
And one of the thought processes behind, you would say, well, why would you give them the ball on the short field? Well, they scored in 3 plays last time. It doesn't matter where Western Michigan gets the football. Now it's becoming a chess match of just trying to keep it out of their hands and keep them out of the end zone here and hold them to a field goal.
Second down and long for Western Michigan. Their offense has spent very little time on the field as we work our way into the early part of this second quarter. Little play fake and a throw caught far side, pushed out of bounds. They go to Sky Moore on the other side, and Western picks up a first down, and they're inside the 10-yard line of Northern Illinois.
I think it's time to start talking about Caleb Ellaby's arm. Watch here, you get the play fake. Watch where he puts this football outside the numbers from the far hash. That's a great throw. I mean, he's a high completion rate guy. His numbers speak for themselves right now. I mean, he's having a whale of a year for a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, that's what the Huskies told us this week. They said that he can put the ball anywhere on the field with precision. First down, he's going to have to improvise, but Northern Illinois says, 3 white jerseys there to swallow him up and make that a no-gainer for Western.
Well, it's either feast or famine for Northern Illinois. They're playing one-on-one on the outside, loading the box. You see the delayed blitz by the linebackers coming in there, and that's what you do to a great quarterback. You make him stay in the pocket, keep the ball inside and in front, and Ellaby didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. But off those RPOs, you got to get rid of that ball quick. And remember, the offensive linemen are down the field, so the pocket looks a little different.
That's a loss of 7. The ball is spotted at the Huskies' 16-yard line. They're going to roll near side and throw, and too hot on that throw intended for Corey Crooms.
Well, that's a tough throw for any quarterback. I mean, Ellaby didn't get a chance to square his shoulders. A right-hand guy rolling to his left. I like the call, but that's a tough ball to throw, especially with the timing of it.
3rd down and 16 for Western Michigan. Playing from behind against the winless Northern Illinois Huskies. And the Huskies will take a timeout and get their defense straight.
Northern Illinois, their first. Full media.
We'll break here with Northern Illinois leading Western Michigan. If the cardboard cutouts here at Waldo Stadium could cheer, they really would not have had a lot to cheer about as of yet. And that's not necessarily Western's fault. The Huskies have played well and stuck to their game plan. They need a stop, though, on 3rd and 16. Ellaby trying the long count to maybe draw the Huskies off sides. Doesn't work. And now they'll stay on the ground and not get too much. That's Ladarius Jefferson on the carry, who had a big run on their first possession. This one, not a big run. And that's going to force the Broncos to come out and bring their field goal unit. And that is a win for Northern Illinois.
Definitely a win for the defense. And I can see Coach Lester saying, you know what, guys, let's not make any mistakes, take the points, tie it up potentially, and let's restart this thing and then play to their defense. But that's a great stop after a failed onside kick attempt and then to force a 3.
Caps will attempt and make and miss. Sorry, no good. A 30-yard field goal is not between the posts. And it is an empty possession for Western Michigan and another victory for Thomas Hammock and the Northern Illinois Huskies.
Yeah, this is good. This is a game of chess right now, and we'll see, try to find out exactly why this kick didn't go through the uprights, but just looked like he hooked it to the left. Just hooked it.
All those white jerseys waving their arms in the air.
And then it kind of makes you wonder, you know, it's 3rd and 16, you run the ball, maybe you center it up a little bit, but they did run to the hash, and that's a tough kick for a right-footed kicker to make it curve all the way back to the left, and he just hooked it.
So the white jerseys back on the field. Ross Bowers running it offensively, and a little bit of room to run for Aaron Collins. A flag thrown in the backfield. This might come back. Looks like a hold against the Huskies.
Holding offense number 65. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
That's on the redshirt freshman Logan Schernitz. And an injured player down for Western Michigan. We'll try to for Northern Illinois. And we'll try and ID them as soon as we get a chance to get a clear line of vision.
That negated a pretty good run by Aaron Collins.
Here's the hold by Logan that negated this respectable run by Aaron Collins.
Yeah, it was to the left of your screen. It was pretty obvious, too. Got a lot of jersey and shoulder pad.
So not long for Aaron Collins on the turf. He hops up and jogs off under his own willpower. So that's a good sign for Northern Illinois. But their field position goes the wrong way. They will start now at their 10-yard line, 1st and 20. And there's the run. Not much there for Harrison Whaley. He gets taken down. And that's really not even positive yardage for the Huskies. Maybe 1 yard, half a yard.
Yeah, you got to be smart down in this area of the field. You don't want to turn it over. And the defensive linemen and linebackers really pin their ears back and play downhill in these situations when they have the advantage.
Yeah, bad field position right now for the Huskies, but they've had most of the things they've needed to go right in this game have gone their way so far. 2nd and 19. Here comes pressure. Now a deep ball, and it is just overthrown. Dennis Robinson 1 step away from what could have been a huge pickup for Northern Illinois. That could have been 6.
One of the things we did, remember we talked about on the call, Dan, the long ball. Why has the timing been off with the long ball? And you saw it right there, another missed opportunity for the Huskies. And Coach Hammock said that they have to win at the top of the route, and that's what they did. But the timing was off. And watching these guys throw, they threw this pass a ton in pregame warmups, and it was right on the money, but it's different versus a defense.
That was their first big shot downfield. Now 3rd and 20. There's a deep throw, and it is tipped and incomplete. Good coverage there in the secondary by Western. Again, Bryson Garner, we called his name. He got the hand in the right spot, and Northern Illinois will have to punt. First time that either team is punting today.
Well, whenever a quarterback sees two high safeties in the back, they want to try to split it in the middle of the field, and Bowers put a little bit too much air on it, locked on his receiver, and you see Bryson Garner with the great break.
Ferentz out of his own end zone, and he does not hit a good punt at all for Northern Illinois. And that's going to set up Western Michigan with very good field position as they bring their offense back on the field.
Yeah, that holding penalty really changed things. And when you're a ball control offense and you don't score quickly, a penalty can set you back. And then you got your backs to the wall versus a pretty good defense in the Broncos. And now they're playing on a short field after a missed field goal attempt.
Only 32 yards on the Huskies punt, and that puts Western Michigan at the 43-yard line of Northern Illinois to start this drive. Broncos trailing 10-7. Ball possession has been all Northern Illinois so far. Play fake first down, and they have the ball batted at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete.
Well, when you can't get to the quarterback, one of the things they teach defensive linemen to do is get your hands up. If you're not going to get a lot of penetration, at least distract, hinder, block the throwing lane. And that's what you saw right there. Nice job, big fella. McClain will get his hands on it.
2nd and 10 from the Huskies 43. Ellaby, lots of time, and he'll throw, and it is caught in traffic and pushed out of bounds. And the grab made with a lot of people around him. Sky Moore, we called his name a lot. And for some reason, Eskridge is not getting the looks, but Sky Moore is.
Yeah, and by design, I mean, this was a great call. Good catch in traffic. Sky Moore missed the game last week, and they came back playing well, but the throw was most impressive by Ellaby.
19 yards. Now they run and get a little bit. Good open field tackle made there as the Darius Jefferson carry takes it down to the 18.
That was C.J. Brown, a young free safety from Canton, Michigan, making a good touchdown saving tackle. Last time, Jefferson was able to pop that and take it to the house.
2nd down and 4 for Western Michigan. On the ground, and positive yardage down to about the 12. Again, Jefferson has been the workhorse in the run game so far for Western.
Yeah, and he's really like a bowling ball. He's getting his shoulders downfield. He's leaning forward. 6'1", 223-pound running back. If you give a guy that many steps before contact, he's going to fall forward, and he's going to punish the defender.
Gain of 6 yards puts Western at the Northern Illinois 12-yard line. 1st down. Jefferson on the play fake. It's a quarterback keep. Ellaby reaching for the end zone. Did he get there? No. Just shy of the 1-yard line.
I like the call there because Jefferson was heating up. All eyes were on he. And then Ellaby, he pulled it. Just couldn't get to the corner completely. Like the call and the execution. You see great effort there by Jordan Gandy, pushing him out of bounds. Ellaby tried to stretch it out over the pylon, but he stepped out of bounds.
Gain of 11. Western. Oh, little quarterback keep. No problem there for Ellaby. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They sold it like it was just going to be a push up front, and he stepped out, ran in, no sweat.
Oh, that was a slick move right there. I've watched football a long time, Dan. I haven't seen a quarterback sneak ran like that, where everybody just made it look like he was going up the middle, and he slipped out the back door side door, as we said. Just slipped out of it. Lost contained. It's a good call, and that's that's a play that you call versus a team you know you can get it off on. It's just scouting. Great job. Jake Moreland, offensive coordinator, Tim Lester. Great job.
Caps on the point after. He missed a field goal earlier, and now he misses a point after. Whoa. Problems in the kicking game for Western Michigan. And Northern Illinois will take these little small victories anywhere they can. The Broncos leading 13-10, but a precarious lead in Kalamazoo. The Broncos and Northern Illinois. This game a lot closer than we thought, Marcus, and a lot of credit to Northern Illinois, but obviously Western Michigan is finding ways to hurt their own cause.
Definitely, and Northern Illinois, you know, when you're 0-3 and you haven't obviously played your best football and you're turning the football over, you really don't know how good you can be. You really don't know, and I believe in these first 25 minutes or so, they've shown that they're going to protect the football.
Kickoff is caught inside the 5, and here's a good return for Northern Illinois. They get some good return yardage there. That's Liam Scraggin. Or sorry, Sorogan. Sorry, that's Trayvon Rudolph. With the return for Northern Illinois out to the 35, a 32-yard return. And now, even though it's been a game that's really been controlled by Northern Illinois, they know they don't have a lot of margin for error. Staying on the field offensively and getting points is going to be critical. The run on first down is positive. The Huskies keep it rolling. Trayshawn Hayward on the tackle, but good yardage on the run for Harrison Whaley.
Well, and I think Northern understands this may be the most important drive, I want to say, of the game for them so far, because they have to show they can play from behind. They're now down by 3 points, even though they control the clock. And like you said, margin of error, this thing can flip around quick, so they need to figure this drive out.
Second down and a gain of about 6 on first down, so it's 2nd and 4. They run, and a great tackle from behind. Western Michigan coming up from the defensive end spot. Andre Carter, 6'4", 250. The sophomore from Cass Tech caught him from behind.
Oh, he can really run too, and he covered a lot of space on that one because I thought that was out the gate for a big game, and you saw the big fella hawk him down.
3rd down and 4. You know the Huskies don't want to go 3 and out. Here's a deep throw, far sideline. It is caught. Did he keep possession? The officials say yes. First down grab by Dennis Robinson. That was just a go up and get it throw for Northern Illinois, and they got it.
I like the call. It was there the first time, and it's been there really all game. This time you saw a better throw, and there was more space for Dennis Robinson to go up and get that. Good throw by Bowers.
Gain of 30. Bowers will throw again on this first down. Flag thrown across the middle, underneath, caught by Whaley, but this feels like it's going to come back.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the big fella, John Champy, for holding on that one, but
personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Defense.
Oh, there we
number
go.
8. Half the distance to the goal.
Wow, and that's after the catch, too.
And the Huskies say thank you very much.
Yeah, I stand corrected. I think maybe he was the one. Yeah, we'll take a look. See, he was probably the one that got, yeah, right here in the middle of the screen. There's the hands to the face right there. Great call by the officials. And, you know, obviously, one would think it would be a holding call when you see that deep in the backfield. But good call, good eye. Give Bowers credit for staying alive and finding his receiver. Whaley on his check down.
They're inside the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Western Michigan better tighten this D up and keep an eye on number 3, Tyrese Ritchie, because that's Bowers' guy in this area of the field.
The Huskies are in good shape inside the Western 10. It's been a great showing so far for Northern Illinois. Time for Bowers. Little toss underneath. Whaley. End zone. Touchdown Huskies.
Touchdown Northern Illinois.
Yeah, we're going to talk through this one, Dan, because the read that Bowers got at the line, it looked like a 6-man blitz was coming. And remember, we said he's a great pre-snap read quarterback. As soon as he saw this wasn't a 6-man blitz, you see 5 guys in the back. That means 0 coverage, but then guys start dropping out. So he took away his initial read. He goes right to his check down. Whaley, the linebackers had flooded the middle, 6 points.
Point after is good, and this game continues to seesaw back and forth. The Huskies had the first score, and now they're back in the lead with a 17-13 advantage. here against Western. Let's take one more look.
Poor execution by the Broncos at the linebacker position in particular, because those guys didn't protect the middle. You see right there, Corvin Moment, he didn't get his correct read, vacated the middle of the field, but give Bowers to credit for recognizing what the coverage wasn't and then what it was. And then he held onto the football, went through his progression. And in the red zone, if you do think they're blitzing, Dan, you got to get rid of that football or somebody's going to hit you. But as soon as he saw it wasn't a blitz, he went to his check down wide open.
The drive goes 5 plays, 65 yards, 207. And Tim Lester is not the happiest Bronco right now. This is not the kind of game he saw unfolding for his team. But credit to the Huskies. They have a game plan. They got a young team. They're in a tough environment here, playing against a Western team that's got a lot of weapons, and they have taken every punch that Western has thrown and responded.
Yeah, and then, remember Coach Lester said this was a red letter game for them. This was a one they must have because of what happened last year. And right now, Northern Illinois is feeling like, there goes that man.
Eskridge. Oh, man, this is an explosion. He's going to go all the way for Western Michigan. It was only a matter of time before he popped a big one, and he just did it for Western Michigan, and the Broncos reclaim the lead 100 yards on the return.
Mama, there goes that man. We talked about him, and this is part of the reason Northern Illinois didn't want to kick it deep. I mean, this man is a stick of dynamite, Mr. Electricity. Borderline, basically untouched. This man here can flip the field and got them right back with the lead that quick.
Yeah, the Huskies have not made many mistakes today, but kicking the ball to him was one of them. And again, he was a state champion runner in the 100 meter and 200 meters in the state of Indiana. This point after is good. After 2 missed kicks, the Broncos finally get one. Let's take a look back at this return by Dwayne Eskridge.
Now, I know we loved him up, but he got some really good blocking. Great execution. I mean, these guys are sustaining those blocks. He only had to make one man miss. But the hole in the lane, his run lane was so wide, you drive a truck through there. But that was great blocking and execution. And when you got a guy that can hit a home run, and you're never out of the ball game. So right now, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan are trading punches. They're going toe-to-toe in a 12-round heavyweight bout. And both teams have had to take a punch and deliver a punch as well.
So 6:25 left in our first half in a game that was dominated in terms of time of possession by the Huskies in the first quarter. You got to be careful now if you're Northern Illinois. This is a big stretch. We're going back and forth. We probably can't get caught up in a Western Michigan type of game like we just saw with big kick returns, big passing plays. We got to cool things down and control this tempo.
But you know what, to Northern's credit, Dan, they can go up top too. They've shown they can hit a deep ball. They may not have a one-hitter quitter guy that can go to the house, maybe not, but they can get downfield.
Ball taken by Rudolph. He's going to stay up. He's going to get outside. He's going to get to 50 and just fell down. Inside Western territory. 2 primetime kick returns.
As I just sit here and said, hey, they may not have a guy that can go to the house. Trayvon Rudolph said, listen here, they want to answer the bell. Look at the block. If you're patient as a kickoff return man and can make at least one guy miss, you got a chance. Touchdown saving tackle right there by the Broncos. But they came right back and answered the bell with a haymaker of their own. And don't be surprised here if they don't take a shot. Because when you get that ball on a short field, first time on offense, in a sudden change situation, coordinators like to go up top.
And that's one of those stud freshmen that has been paying big dividends for the Huskies at the Western 42, 1st and 10. And they're going to throw a deep ball wide open and out of bounds. Oh, he had a wide open Tyrese Ritchie, but Bowers just put too much on it, and it goes incomplete.
I like the call. And like I told you, they were going to take a shot because when defenses take the field in those sudden change situations, it's, oh man, how could the kickoff return team do that to us? Oh, this is terrible. What are we going to do? And then that's when while they're licking their wounds, you take a shot. But nice job defensively by the Broncos. Even though they did have a breakdown, Bowers wasn't able to make them pay.
And the Huskies are going to call a timeout.
Northern Illinois, they're second.
Again, they want to make sure that this game goes at their speed and not at Western Michigan's speed. A great first half between the Huskies and the Broncos. Western leads by 3. Well, we've gotten a lot of great football in this first half between the winless Huskies and the perfect Broncos, but so far it's been not a stalemate exactly, but a highly competitive game, and the Huskies have not backed down from any challenge so far in this first half.
And they're showing you who they can be when they don't turn the football over.
Second down and 10, they run not well. And maybe a couple of yards on that carry.
Looked like they jumped in the Wildcat that time. Which is that the Wildcat? Yeah, Bowers didn't run that play, so trying to catch the defense off guard.
So again, we've seen the Huskies do a lot of creative, aggressive, proactive things.
Jalen Mitchell.
Yeah.
Backup tailback.
Big third down here. Time in the middle and thrown behind the intended receiver. A dangerous throw. If it had been on target, it would have been to Trayvon Rudolph for a Northern Illinois first down.
Yeah, it would have been a big play. It's good zone coverage in the back by the Broncos. That time Bowers, he had all day to throw the football clean, pocket, throwing window, and just put the ball in the wrong place. Almost got it picked off. Bryce Darnold breaks on the football a little sooner.
So Northern Illinois, again, continuing to be proactive and aggressive. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 8 from the Western 41-yard line. Well, now they punt it, and they'll play for field position. It's caught in the air at the 10-yard line. by Messiah Travis. So Western Michigan starting deep in their own territory, but lots of second quarter time available for the Broncos.
And I think both teams have shown some resilience in defense when they've been in some precarious situations. See right there after the long kickoff return, Western Michigan's defense didn't give up any points in a sudden change situation. Sudden change just means when the offense starts on the short field. It could be by turnover, it could be by a big return. But credit the Broncos for not giving up any points. That's huge.
Play fake on first down. Ball tapped in the air, incomplete. Huskies were scrambling to try and get under it, couldn't do it. We've seen the active hands of the Northern Illinois front four get up and disrupt this Western Michigan passing game.
And Caleb Ellaby, Broncos quarterback, I mean, he's not a physically imposing guy. He stands only 6'1", about 215. So with those quarterbacks that aren't as tall, you can get your hands up and knock those balls down. That's why he likes to throw the ball high and outside.
Play fake to Ladarius Jefferson. Pass in the middle, incomplete. That was the Corey Crooms crossing route. And it's incomplete. And Northern Illinois hoping they can get Western into a 3-and-out and get the football back for themselves.
Yeah, let's give Jordan Gandy some credit in that coverage. So playing off man, inside leverage, and break up a slant route. That's great technique, son.
3rd down and 10. Ellaby with time. He'll throw underneath. It's complete. It's a Western first down. And you know who? Dwayne Eskridge. Anywhere he is somewhere you've got to be defensively. He gets a big pickup for the Broncos. 25 yards and a first down.
Well, I like the design of the play where the wide receivers clear out. See, he runs just a shallow cross from the slot position, and he didn't really even play slot, but they moved him around. Guys went down. Now they like to use him in the slot, according to Coach Tim Lester. But anytime he catches it, man, he's a big play waiting to happen.
And Western on the run, and they get big yardage on first down, maybe a gain of almost 9 yards. Nice, easy, comfortable hold there for Ladarius Jefferson. He has been chewing up Northern Illinois on the ground so far in this first half.
Yeah, and now you're going to see Western Michigan go to a 4-minute offense. They're really not in a rush, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for Northern to get the ball back.
They give him the first down. Western Michigan now at their own 46. The Broncos have been playing from behind for a lot of this first half. And they get a little short yardage here on first down. Ball right to midfield. Jefferson again on that carry for Western.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Western take a shot just to kind of flip the field, get closer so they can have a chance to get 7 points instead of a field goal, because both of these teams are trying to get that 2-score lead, expand it out a little further.
2nd down and 5. Play fake. Ellaby's got time. He's going to throw deep near side. 1-on-1 matchup. Incomplete. Little bit underthrown for Eskridge.
It's great coverage by Gandy again. I mean, he was stride for stride with D. Eskridge, but his technique, though, for you young defensive backs right here, when a great receiver breaks your cushion and gives you a double move, flip your hips, don't you look until he looks right there. He got what's called in phase. That means you're hip to hip, and the receiver's on your back, and you become the receiver, and that's why he was able to break that pass. Great coverage.
3rd and 5 for Western. Only leading by 3 points. Can they extend this drive? Here, Ellaby, big hole in the middle. Oh, man, he had one man to beat to get a first down. Instead, he's taken down, and there's a flag thrown in the Western backfield. This might come back.
Holding offense number 61. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
That's on the left guard, Mike Caliendo.
big fella, veteran guy. Got his hand caught on some cloth there. And it's tough because when the quarterback holds the ball a little bit longer and then he starts to run and the defensive lineman tries to get off, then it's going to create a holding situation. The quarterback holds the ball. See right there in the center of your screen, he washed him out of there, had his hands a little bit too low.
So the Broncos get pushed back to 3rd and 16 from their own 40. Time to throw, caught and taken out on that wide side. Sky Moore on the reception, but nothing after the catch. It brings up 4th and long for Western Michigan. And the Broncos are going to punt for the first time today. We should mention the good defense we've seen from Northern Illinois today, Marcus, has all happened without outside linebacker Kyle Pugh. Suffered a targeting call late in the game last week, and now so he's sitting out the first half. He'll be back in the second half as the Huskies go back to a full strength on defense.
And let's not forget 7 true freshmen on this defense playing today for the Huskies.
Oh, they had good pressure on that punt, and fair catch called for, and it's Northern Illinois football starting at their 12-yard line with 2:18 left to go in this second quarter. Watch the pressure come on this punt by the Huskies.
Yeah, they got great penetration up the middle. A lot of people use offensive linemen in that second wave as those up backs because they have wide bodies and you can't run them over. But that time, when you see the little, when you get skinny and you turn in between them, you give yourself a chance to almost block a punt.
And the Huskies start from their own 11-yard line. Bowers gives on the handoff to Aaron Collins. Kind of wondering how aggressive Northern Illinois will be.
Well, remember, they burned a couple of timeouts earlier just to get themselves situated on defense. Now they're going to have to use the sideline.
It's a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Bowers to Collins again. This time he's going to try and bounce outside. Good hit to bring him down just shy of the 30, but it is a Northern Illinois first down.
It's a good tackle by Pat Lupro. Open field, critical, because if he misses that, they could have gave up a big one and then stopped the clock out of bounds too. But nevertheless, it's a first down. Western Michigan has always had those kind of corners that could play in space, cover well, run and hit.
Broncos show pressure, now back off. Pass is complete. And to Ritchie, just shy of the first down marker. He comes back to catch it. And the clock keeps rolling to almost 1 minute here in our second quarter at Waldo Stadium.
Tough route to stop. Ritchie just ran a 9-yard curl route versus off coverage. Now you see the press coverage at the top. Maybe a deep ball. Good disguise by Lupo.
Bowers is going to roll to his left and slide down, but he stayed in bounds. He was either get down now or take a big hit, and the game clock continues to run as we hit the 30-second mark, and that looks like it might be the end of it for Northern Illinois.
They had a slight chance, though. They had a slight chance, and they got to breathe. It's a good job, though, offensively with that execution.
No shame for the Huskies in their first half efforts. The game that they have led and kept even with Western Michigan. A 20-17 halftime score with Western Michigan
This is the end of the first
leading
half.
Northern Illinois here at Waldo Stadium. We'll come back with some first half highlights, and also we'll take a deep look at the college football playoff rankings. Lots to come when we come back to Kalamazoo. The Western Michigan Broncos trying to stay perfect, but they're getting a very good game from the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Western Michigan, a precarious lead on Northern Illinois. The Huskies on the hunt for their first win. Western trying to stay perfect, but it's been a rough ride so far for the home team for Western Michigan. Let's take a look at this first half. It started well for Northern Illinois. They had time of possession in their back pocket, and they have taken every hit that Western has thrown at them. And the Broncos, some early penalties and a couple of missed field goal and missed extra point helping the Northern Illinois cause. Marcus Ray and I will come back. We'll look at the college football playoff rankings and put our spin on the teams that we think are best positioned to secure berths in a few weeks. So we continue with our coverage here in Kalamazoo with a halftime lead for Western Michigan on Northern Illinois. And obviously, Marcus, attention this week turns to the college football playoff standings. And the top four will always be scrutinized with Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State. But some very good teams on the outside looking in right now. And that's the way it looks.
Yeah, if they stay the way they are, Northwestern and Ohio State can be headed to a rematch in the Big Ten Championship. Obviously, Florida may come up out that East. Alabama's not guaranteed to come out the West either. But I tell you what, man, let's take who's your top four? That's the real question.
That's the real story. That's really all anyone cares about as we roll to this highly important graphic. My first four, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, then Clemson. And the reason I didn't put your Buckeyes at number one, I don't think Ohio State's been challenged yet. and Notre Dame has certainly by Clemson. So a small tip ahead there for Notre Dame. It's interesting, though. Yes, you mentioned Northwestern. That's a team that controls their own destiny right now. If they can beat Ohio State, which, again, that is a big ask. But a Northwestern win in the Big Ten title game, they'd have to be in.
Well, I don't think Ohio State has played enough football to really be in the top 4, but we know they're a top 4 team. I actually think they're the best team in the country talent-wise. Guys like Justin Fields. I mean, you always got to put Clemson in there. I don't really trust Alabama for real, but I do think they're a top 4 team. And Notre Dame, tip your hat to Brian Kelly. He's, in the last 10 years, kept that program relevant. They're actually a powerhouse once again. They're always in the conversation. And you can trust them, at least this year, to win the close game. I don't know how great they truly are, but they deserve to be in that top 4. But I think right now Ohio State's the king of the hill.
Yeah. And the Irish with the road win at Carolina yesterday. That's added value to their resume. Yeah. We'll come back with more halftime coverage. The Broncos up on Northern Illinois. On paper, this game looked like a big-time mismatch. However, as we've heard many, many times, they don't play the games on paper. They play them on the turf, and that's why Western Michigan has got their hands full with Northern Illinois. Here's the Broncos on offense early.
See the Darius Jefferson getting loose in the open field after a big pass play to give Western Michigan that lead. Then my man Bowers comes back, finds. See, that was on a 4th down. He finds Tyrese Ritchie, who's been having a monster first half. then he comes back and finds him in the back of the end zone, and that's the one guy you can't lose.
Say, check me.
And then Ellaby getting in the mix, trying to get outside after the quarterback keeper, but then they ran that nice little wrinkle on the quarterback sneak. And then right back, Dan, that play finally connected to Dennis Robinson, leading to the check down. Great pass to Harrison Whaley. And then I need you to talk about this one here, because I can't say enough about this guy.
Game changer right here. This is Eskridge. He can go off at any time, and he did on this kickoff return. 100 yards. And as Marcus, we talked off microphone, plays like that are the ones that can really take the sails or the wind out of a team like Northern Illinois.
Yeah, and as you look at these stats right here, I mean, it's fairly even. You look at the total yards, first downs. Third down has been a big one. Northern Illinois started off a little bit better than 4-11, but look at the penalties, about even. But that special teams play, I think, swung the momentum into Western's direction. Doesn't mean the game's over. It just means they probably have a little more momentum.
Makes it a little bit tougher for Northern Illinois, but the Huskies hanging tough on the road here in Kalamazoo. More from Waldo Stadium after this. A great afternoon weather-wise here in Kalamazoo, and the football has been high level as well. Western Michigan, a little mistake here, a little mistake there early, but they kind of seem to have righted the ship a little bit. The question is, what will Northern Illinois do to start the second half? Let's take a trip around the MAC. Again, one game played yesterday, Central Michigan beating Eastern. Here's games in progress today. Second quarter scores, Buffalo and Kent State, a wild one there, as Buffalo continues to be one of the strongest teams in the MAC East, and Miami of Ohio a touchdown lead at Akron. MAC West, we've got Bowling Green really struggling with Ohio. Bobcats up big at the half there, and Toledo and Ball State, maybe a big surprise there. Toledo, a MAC favorite earlier this year, they're having a tough time maybe finding their way.
Yeah, it's all about matchups too, and you know, these teams are 3-4 games in now, and they're not who they showed you they were a month ago. As you see with Northern Illinois right now being 0-3.
Let's take a look at our MAC standings. These are current with the Central and Eastern result from yesterday. Western Michigan, the pace setter right now. They beat Central last week. They need to win today to stay ahead of them. And then it's Buffalo and Kent State going toe-to-toe in the MAC East. And so still lots of important things to happen here as this second half of the MAC season unfolds with the games this weekend.
I really think the top end of both conferences are really good football teams. And then even taking a look at a guy like Richie leading the conference in receptions. Now this includes today's first half too, Dan. Third in receiving yards. They get it to him at least 9 times a game. So 7 catches, 57 yards, and a big touchdown in the back of the end zone. This guy's been unguardable. He's shown you that he has a great catch radius, meaning wherever the ball is around him, he can go get it. And I love his route running. And just think, he is a 5th-year senior on an offense that has 3 true freshmen starting and a defense with 7 true freshmen. This man's been a leader. He's getting it done. Tip the hat to quarterback Ross Bowers, too.
Yeah, and he's been a great influence, too, on the other wideouts. You know, guys like wideout Trayvon Rudolph, one of the true freshmen. He's like, hey, we get a lot of value from the insight and expertise that Tyrese Ritchie shares with us. So, again, there's a lot of good chemistry happening with Northern Illinois in the locker room and on the practice field, and it's paying off in situations like today's game here at Western Michigan.
Exactly right. And when you have a young team, leadership has to be at a premium. Coach Hammond definitely knows that.
So the Broncos will get the football to start the second half. The kick comes short, and Western Michigan will try to reestablish what they really couldn't do in the first half. They come in with a lot of swagger, a lot of firepower, a lot of confidence, and Northern Illinois and their ball control in the first half really kind of took Western out of their comfort zone.
It really did, and I think more so on defense because it discouraged that defense from pinning their ears back. They got flagged for a couple of encroachment, like offsides penalties. Then they couldn't get off the field on third down, fake punt. It was they were on their heels and caught off balance the entire first half, and I think that threw off their offensive rhythm too.
Caleb Ellaby hands off on first down. Broncos keep it on the ground with Ladarius Jefferson, who moves his way out to beyond the 30 to the 32-yard line for a gain of 7 on first down.
This is a down where they like to see the balls on that right hash. You've got DS switch up to the top. That's a lot of field for any corner to have to defend number 1.
Ellaby goes to Jefferson again. This time he's taken down almost in the backfield. Weston Kramer, the defensive tackle, the senior from Naperville, on that takedown from behind, and that's a no-gainer for Western.
Yeah, big fella Weston did a great job with his gap integrity, fighting the pressure of the offensive line, still getting penetration and being able to make that play.
Broncos are 1 of 3 on third downs. This is 3rd and 3. Broncos take a long time getting the right play call in. That'll be all kinds of time, and he'll throw deep. It is incomplete. A little bit too high for Dwayne Eskridge, and the Broncos look like they're going 3 and out on their opening possession here in this second half.
That's got to be a confidence booster for this Huskies defense. The throw, I thought, was pretty good. Right there, it was a little high. D. Eskridge, great athlete. You got to go up and get that one, son. We need that one. If you're on that Western Michigan sideline, that's what you're saying, and that's your best playmaker. But now that defensive stop coming out of the half of 3 and out. Got to be careful on 4th down here. But that's a great stop to start to have for the young Huskies.
Nick Mihalik's first punt was 36 yards, and it's Cole Tucker backpedaling and letting it go, and it's going to go into the end zone. And the Huskies get a break. They'll start first and 10 from their own 25-yard line. A 68-yard punt. No return for Western Michigan. What adjustments do you think that the Huskies need to make offensively in this second half, if any?
Well, I really think they need to go to the short passing game outside, whether it's a bubble screen, whether it's a 5 to 10 yard out, because when corners are playing off man or off in that zone coverage, and you take it enough, like those corners are off now, the moment they press, you can go over the top of their head. But I think Northern needs to run the ball a little bit more too. They need success on first and second down.
On the ground, here's Whaley trying to get the edge, and Western says, And they're going to down him at about the 23-yard line, so that's actually a loss of a couple yards.
There's too much penetration. Ralph Holly, Fisk, and the boys are getting in that backfield, and they're trying to run an outside zone to the short side of the field, and it's just too hard to do that with guys like Andre Carter out there too.
Bowers on second and long, incomplete. Looking for Trayvon Rudolph, and I have to say it's been a few possessions since I saw Bowers throw really good football. Seems like his targeting is off a little bit.
Yeah, especially in between the hashes, Dan. That's a good observation. But and I just think that he's not taking his time going through all his progressions, and then his check downs are there. You don't have to force the ball across the middle. Bryson Garner almost picked that off like a first guy on first base, still in second base. Pitcher never sees him.
Third down and 11. The Huskies hanging with Western Michigan. They'll run it, and they don't get too much. Try to catch Western off guard. Whaley on the carry. That's going to be short of a first down. And we've seen both offenses start this third quarter with 3 and outs.
Yeah, and you got to be careful if you're Northern, because it's not going to stay like this forever, meaning a one-score game. You need to get back in front, tie it up, get the lead. You know, probably could have took a shot down the field and loosen them up. But Western Michigan is that explosive that they'll turn a 3-point lead into a 17-point lead before you can blink, and then it changes everything.
So they'll punt, and it's a good punt. Broncos will try to set up a return here with Cam Cooper, and he doesn't go far, maybe to the 32-yard line. And that is the one advantage that Northern Illinois had in the first half. They crushed it in time of possession. Not so far in this third quarter, though. Western with the football when we come back. Western Michigan ready to get back to business. And we talk about the youth on this Northern Illinois team. And there it is, plain as day. One of the youngest teams in NCAA Division I football. Lots of upside in the next year and the second year and the third year, but sometimes those growing pains can be tough as the Broncos run on first down. But to what Coach said, he likes what he sees in this group of young players that he's got.
Yeah, he's definitely said that they're exceeding expectations. I mean, even with the 0-3, you should see 7 starting freshmen on defense right there. Those guys are on the field as we talk. 7 guys, but they're only down 3 points to the best team on paper and record-wise in the MAC West.
Ellaby keeps and tries to run near side. Taken down from behind. Good open field tackle there. Kyle Pugh, we talked about him missing the first half, so his engine is revving right now, hot, trying to make some impact plays, and he makes a good tackle there, but it takes Western to the 42-yard line where it's 3rd and short. Ooh, Northern Illinois puts the hammer down. I don't think that's a first down by any stretch. Huskies stepping up big. Jefferson on the carry, but he is not close to the first down marker. He's 2 yards away, and the Broncos are going to punt.
Oh, that's a big-time stop. I mean, that looked like the hole was there. But they rallied to the football. I mean, 4 or 5 white shirts are there. That hole closed up immediately.
Cole Tucker again standing at his own, called the 15-yard line. And he's looking into the side, and they're going to let that ball bounce, and it's going to, did it go in the end zone? They're going to, ooh, that was close though.
It is a touchback.
And in a game of field position,
Northern Illinois first and 10.
stuff like that can mean a lot. It's a 59-yard punt, so the Broncos have gotten big punts. Let's take a look at how close this was.
Yeah. Oh, it touched the
line.
Yeah, it touched the line.
So that's going to give the Huskies a little bit of breathing room. But again, pressure on this Huskies offense. Their calling card in the first half was time of possession. They owned it, they crushed it, and that's what has kept them in this football game.
Well, and they're not giving up the big plays on defense, which is why Western's not able to get down the field.
Bubble screen far side. That's going to get big yardage on first down for Tyrese Ritchie. A first down and then some as he's finally gang tackled at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, most of their action, Dan, is with the perimeter in the pass game. I mean, that's really what's there. And you know, because they can't really run the ball in between the tackles, honestly, versus this defense. So that's where you want to get the ball short and outside, away from the box. And then Ritchie does a fine job running after the catch.
That's a gain of 15 on the ground on first down. That's Whaley. Not much there for him.
And another thing, Dan, at some point, going back to last year's game is how we opened the show. We talked about last year's win by Northern Illinois knocking Broncos out of the MAC championship opportunity. At what point does it start to creep in your head at Northern Illinois, hey, we can win this one if it stays close, and if you're Western, we can't get rid of these guys. They won't go away.
That's like gum on a shoe.
That's right.
Can't shake them off. 2nd and long for Northern Illinois. A beautiful day of football here in Kalamazoo, and a good run here by Whaley, who stays up almost to the first down marker, but finally he's taken down. And I think they're going to spot that ball at the 46-yard line.
Big fellas on the turf.
So we'll take a timeout here in Kalamazoo with the Broncos. They've got their hands full with Northern Illinois, a 3-point lead for Western. A relatively quiet third quarter of football. The offenses have cooled off a little bit. Look at these quarterback numbers, Marcus. Before the game, if we saw the numbers without the players next to him, we would have said, hey, Ellaby would have the bigger numbers, not Bowers, but it's been the other way. Here's a big run. Oh, they almost got it loose. And again, Whaley continues to work it for Northern Illinois. Correction, that's Aaron Collins on that run, but they get yardage, they get a first down, they're into Western Michigan territory. They go back to Collins. Tries to slip inside for a couple yards on first down.
Well, one of the things about the graphic is plays like this have kept Ellaby off the field. The fact that Northern Illinois is converting first downs, milking clock, and then when you go 3 and out, then the numbers won't be there. But I think that was part of their strategy. And then you got to give some credit to those young fellas on defense in the white shirt as well by just executing. And then we don't know if Ellaby would have got some yards on the 100-yard kickoff too. So Western Michigan's getting their yards in other ways.
Western showing blitz, and Northern Illinois running, can't do much with it. And they get black jerseys all over Whaley and take him down. And it's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Huskies.
Big Ralph in the middle, getting everybody riled up. You know, for a guy that that played linebacker, to be able to put his hand on the ground and hold his own, you have to be impressed with that type of effort, because there's some guys up front, Big Ben Olsen and those guys, they've been around.
3rd and long, time for Bowers. He'll throw deep. Open is Ritchie. He'll stay up and catch it inside the 10 to the 5, inside for at the 3-yard line for Northern Illinois. Wow. Another highlight play from Tyrese Ritchie.
Yeah, here's another coverage bust too by the Broncos. They actually vacated that. They were in cover 2 with 2 safeties high. Corner did do a good job of reading the quarterback's shoulders, and Ritchie just got to the soft spot. Then he started making people miss, and like we said earlier, Western Michigan's defense struggled with some tackling all year. As good as they've been on the offensive side, they've not been good at the point of attack, and they've lost sight of guys in cover.
39 yards on that catch for Ritchie, puts the Huskies at the 3. They'll throw, fade far corner, touchdown, Northern Illinois. They were aggressive, going to Dennis Robinson, and now the Huskies reclaim the lead here at Western.
So great throw and catch, and it's hard to defend too when you're talking about a guy, Dennis Robinson, at 6'5", a junior out of Hollywood, Florida. Shouts out to South Broward down there, fellas. You got one up here making some big plays on the big stage, and that's just a no man's land for a corner. Especially, you know, Crawford just there's a height differential at the same time. That's a back shoulder fade throw too, and it's designed to go away from the defense, and they executed it perfectly.
8 plays, 80 yards on the drive, and Northern Illinois continues to make life so difficult for Western Michigan. Delay of game call on Northern Illinois.
And you know what else too, Dan? On the call that we had with the Northern Illinois coaches, you know, they firmly believed that without the turnovers, that they could have won every game they played. And even last week, without giving up those 2 big plays against Central Michigan, they were right in that football game. So it looks like they're coming of age in this 3-quarter bout so far.
Point after is good, and Northern Illinois continues to disrupt the revenge tour for Western Michigan. A road lead for the Huskies on this Dennis Robinson touchdown catch at Waldo Stadium. So things continue to look positive for the Northern Illinois Huskies. They came here as underdogs, and they have played like, well, champions. Thomas Hammock and the Huskies in this game, big time. And they set the tone early, and they are just hanging right with this unbeaten Western Michigan Broncos team. Broncos football, they are not going to take a chance with Dwayne Eskridge on the field. He already popped 100-yard kickoff return for a score. They've seen enough of that. Once is enough.
Yeah, and that's probably part of the strategy in onside kicking early. They had the momentum, but they didn't want to let D. Eskridge get going. And then they had to find a way to keep him from get going on offense. As you see, Mr. Efficiency right there. Not today as much, but look at, he leads all NCAA quarterback. This is in college football, ladies and gentlemen. Group of 5, Power 5, however you want it. This man's quarterback rating has been that high.
The Broncos run the ball well, they pass the ball well, but Ellaby is the guy that pulls the trigger. They run on first down, and Jefferson tries to spin and get loose. He does not.
As you see, the big fella, he's fired up. Coming back off the target and penalty, missing the first half. Kyle Pugh plays with juice, man. It's fun watching the kid play. Watch how he gets in that backfield right there in the back door. That's called closing the back door. When you're a linebacker, run away from you, and you shuffle straight, he cuts back and close the back door.
Says Ladarius, I've been waiting for you for two quarters.
Right.
That pass is incomplete. A little bit off the mark there, intended for Sky Moore. Moore has been very productive in the Western passing game, but it brings up third down and long for the Broncos.
Well, the Broncos offense is out of sync a little bit. They're not getting those chunk plays. They're just not in rhythm. And Northern Illinois is playing a very conservative 4-deep, 3-deep zone, saying, take the stuff in front of us. They're not going to give you anything over their heads.
Third and long. All kinds of time. They'll throw underneath on the crossing pattern. A reception made, but the open field tackle stops that from being a bigger play. Jordan Gandy on the stop. Eskridge on the catch. And the Broncos are kicking back to Northern Illinois.
Yeah, and they got that play off earlier in the game when D. Eskridge made a great third down run after the catch. Right there, Gandy stayed in with him in man-to-man, and he's coming from across the field. Look how he had to turn on the afterburners just to take the air out of that bubble and make that tackle. That was a big-time stop.
Western punting. Oh, they almost got it blocked. They're averaging about 52 yards a punt. Fair catch called for at the 25, so no return, but victory for Northern Illinois. Their defense steps up. Broncos go 3 and out, and the Huskies have the football and a 4-point lead.
Northern Illinois, they said if they limit the explosive plays and have better run fits on defense, they would be able to slow this offense down, and that's what they've done, and it's been a team effort. The offense did their part in the first half, controlling the clock, scoring points, but this defense has stopped this offense on every series so far in the second half.
Man in motion for Northern Illinois. They'll throw the little swing pass in the flat. That's complete to Ritchie, who stays up. Good yardage on first down and a great idea. Move your best playmaker on offense around the field. Confuse the defense. Positive yardage comes out of it.
Well, you see that a lot, too, in the NFL when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Eric Bieniemy does a great job with Tyreek Hill. He'll send him in motion, flex him back to the backfield. Next thing you know, he's on the other side of the field running a bubble, and that's exactly what they just ran and executed it well.
Not quite a first down. 2nd and 1. Bowers throwing again. They do the same play other side, but this time Ritchie's got nowhere to go after the catch. And they're going to move in the other direction and lose yardage.
That was a great break on the ball by the defense over there. A.J. Thomas, I believe Lucro, those guys read it that time. And, you know, they had plenty of space players. You're talking about a former safety lining up at linebacker now.
And again, this dynamic trio for Northern Illinois. Look at the, I mean, Ritchie gets all the attention, but without Robinson and Whaley, the Huskies are not in this football game, and they have a lead, by the way. Here's the run. Oh, man, Western comes crashing in. And the big hit to end that run was from Tanner Montz.
That was a big-time play right there coming off the corner. We'll see at the top, the cornerback blitz. That's Lupro right there. Blew out the knees. Just he was unblocked. It's always tough to identify those corner blitzes because they're in press coverage. And we're talking about two big stops from second and short and third and short. Way to respond by the Broncos.
Yeah, Mott's came in late. That was all Lupro on that hit. And now it's time for Northern Illinois to punt on 4th and 1. And fair catch called for. And the Broncos are going to be back, and there's a flag late. I don't think he got enough space to make that fair catch.
Tim Cooper, he kind of got after the official, too.
Yeah,
said, come
he
on,
sold
sir.
it. He sold it.
Kick catch interference.
Yeah.
Kicking team number 11. 15-yard penalty.
15
on the ball. First down.
Yeah, well, you can't do stuff like that. There's the fair catch wave. Yeah, well, he bumped him.
He bumped him, yeah. You
Game over.
Just run by him.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm sure when you're being special teams coaches across the country, when a guy's fair catching, get away from him, run by him, but you got to give him that 2-3 yard radius.
Broncos getting some extra field position, and the ball is at their own 41, playing from behind, down 4. Here's Jefferson. Oh, he gets nothing on first down. A loss of 1.
Well, there's two things happening with this defense right now. They're stopping the run, and number 2, they're not giving up the big play. And if you can play that way for 4 quarters, it's going to give you a chance versus even a high-powered offense like Western Michigan. See those 8 guys in the box. When you only see 3 guys deep, 8 in the box, it's one-on-one on the back end.
Throwing on second down, complete.
Ball
Fumble. Is the ball a reception or not? It's out of bounds. I don't know if anybody got a hand on it before it went out. And I'm not sure that's a reception either. Eskridge on the catch, but was it a catch?
Ruling on the field is a catch and a fumble out of bounds.
Let's take a look here and see.
Western Michigan.
Looks like caught the ball, made a football move.
Okay, I'll say that's a catch. Does it get recovered in bounds? No.
Let's see here. 2 hands.
Reception, feet down, he's moving forward.
That's a catch.
Yeah. Check. Check and check again.
They gave it to him.
So 3rd down for the Broncos. Deep ball, far side, and overthrown. Oh, he had a good look at Sky Moore. A little too much on that throw. It's incomplete.
That's a missed opportunity because that play has become very popular in college football. It's called the slot fade. So instead of the outside guy always running the deep outside route, now Dan, they're taking the slot receiver who's normally being covered by either a linebacker or a safety, and you got him on the hash, and you run that slot fade. He takes it to the sideline. And people have been making hay off of it the last few years, and that was a missed opportunity.
So the offenses are taking a back seat to the defenses here as Cole Tucker lets that one go, and it is going out of bounds. But I think it's going to be a great spot for Western. Oh, touchback. Okay, well, just skipped over that orange pylon there. Tough break for Western Michigan. Yeah, it was close. Little hop there, and
yeah, it did touch it.
Well, we have not seen a whole lot offensively from either team. Well, we shouldn't say that. Northern Illinois has the score, but Western Michigan really offensively has not been able to get into rhythm and tempo so far in this third quarter. And now it's Northern Illinois, another chance to put more pressure on Western. Here's the toss to Dennis Robinson. He stays up, shook off 2 Western tacklers to get positive yardage on first down.
Great individual effort. Big fella, 6'5", getting his hand around, making the bands. But that stuff right there, Dan, the outside throws, the smoke pass, smoke just means raise up and throw to the outside guy, the bubble when you throw it to the slot in the backfield. That's been their more successful high percentage plays. And then that opens up the run game.
2nd down and 7. Huskies have managed this game very well offensively, and there's a run around the edge. Ooh, almost got free for a big gain, but it's still positive for Harrison Whaley and the Huskies, who continue to bleed that pot and keep Western's offense off the field.
And that was well designed too, because had Bowers kept the football, he would have had a first down up the middle. And so the way they're blocking and designing their plays, going to have to defend the entire field. Now they're hopping into Wildcat.
And that's Dustin Fletcher under center. Fletcher on the handoff, and the carry by Whaley gets a little bit. That gets enough for a Huskies first down.
Part of the strategy with the backup quarterback, Dustin Fletcher, is he's a more mobile guy, true freshman. He's more mobile, but then it opens up the run game in the middle because you think he might keep it. And so that's why that play was well executed, and they had the right personnel in the game.
Bowers back in. He has done a great job managing the offense for the Huskies so far. They lead by 4 inside a minute of our third quarter. Little quick toss here to Ritchie. Stays up. Ooh, man, went for the contact inbounds. He is no shrinking violet. And he gets a Northern Illinois first down for a gain of 11.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're playing this right now. They're zone blitzing. Lou Esposito, the defensive coordinator for Western Michigan, they're zone blitzing, but what that does then, that puts those corners in a very interesting position because they're off. The ball has to come out quick, and they're running short routes, and then you can't miss that tackle.
So the Huskies trying to move into Western territory, and they have really messed up the game plan for Tim Lester's Broncos. A fourth quarter lead for Northern Illinois when we come back.
This is the end of the third quarter.
Northern Illinois with a third quarter quiet but very, very efficient both on offense and defense.
And they've been able to do things like that with Aaron Collins running the ball up the middle. And then this man here, Tyrese Ritchie, has just been unstoppable all over the field. And then when they get in the red zone, also Dennis Robinson. I mean, he had a big catch, a long catch in the first half. And then right there on defense, that was a third down stop by Gandy, playing man-to-man coverage on D. Eskridge by himself with no help.
First down and 10 as the Huskies start this fourth quarter with a 4-point lead. And Bowers has got all kinds of time. Now he's got to go. And again, running not his forte, so he'll slide and get no gain for the Huskies. Time of possession, again, the Huskies crushed it in the first half, and they still lead by a 2-1 margin as we take a look at the impact receivers and what they've done today. Eskridge with big catches, but Ritchie's been the go-to guy in the air for Northern Illinois.
Yeah, and we highlighted these guys in the beginning of the show. Now, always, Ritchie is their primary guy. D. Eskridge is the primary guy, but he's more of a home run hitter. When he catches the ball, if you stop him from getting 20, 25 yards per, you've got a chance.
Dustin Fletcher on the run for Northern Illinois at quarterback, and boy, there's a great pickup. That is one thing that they told us. They said Dustin Fletcher's been out, a wrist injury to his throwing hand, but he is adding a lot of mobility to the run game when he's under center for the Huskies.
Exactly. Then they drew it up well too. Got the running back leading off the jet sweep fake, and when we saw him in the game a few plays ago, he actually was running that same zone read stuff. He handed it off, and they said this time let him keep 6'3", 220-pound freshman out of Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, not too far from here, and Bowers comes back in, but that's a 19-yard gain on the quarterback heat for Dustin Fletcher. Quick throw, and ball in the air, incomplete. Oh, the Broncos could have had a pick there, as Roy McCree was the one who kind of juggled it and dropped it after it was touched by Ritchie.
That's a missed opportunity. Ritchie took his eyes off the football, which is something that's uncommon for him. But right there, if you're Roy McCree, you have to make them pay. Young fella out of Country Day High School in Detroit.
Bowers on the delayed handoff, and it's to Harrison Whaley for not much.
Also remember, too, that Western Michigan missed a field goal and an extra point. I mean, that's a 4-point difference right now. And if somehow Northern can find a way to get a field goal, go up 7 points, that puts even more pressure on an offense that really hasn't gotten to a rhythm all day.
Yeah, Western's, used to putting up 40-plus, in the 50-point range every game. Today, not so much. And there's Whaley taken down on the run. He goes off the edge, but he's short of a first down.
That looked like that was getting ready to go. He slid off and made that tackle. That was a great play.
So no decision here for Northern Illinois. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Or they'll give you that pooch punch.
Yeah, right.
A little pooch punt.
They did that once, and they ran a fake punt earlier.
That's right.
That worked. Huskies have taken a lot of aggressive chances today. Here's another one. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Northern Illinois. And that will take a break here at Waldo Stadium. It is a 24-20 lead in the fourth quarter for Northern Illinois. Yeah, this game continues to get more and more complicated for Western Michigan. Again, they have averaged over 50 points a game so far in 3 games. And it's really not the problem that their offense has. It's Western Michigan's defense has got to get that offense back on the field to give them a chance to get the points to lead in this game.
Yeah, and one of the things that's happened is they can't create any turnovers. I mean, Northern's been plagued with 8 turnovers all year, and it's cost them a couple of ball games. And now they're landing on the line on 4th down.
Here's Bowers. He's going to go deep, and there's a flag. It's picked off. Did we have a little too much contact? And if so, who was bumping who? Pass is incomplete.
You know, Robinson came into this game with 1 catch for 31 yards.
Holding. Defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
He's been a matchup problem all day today.
Yeah, that's Patrick Lupro called for the penalty, and it is huge.
Good decision by Bowers throwing a 50-50 ball. Either you're going to catch it or get the penalty. And Lupro was beat.
Yeah.
Basically got it some cloth. He got hit on a double move too.
Yeah, the flag came out just as the receiver was breaking, so no hesitation there.
It's a great coaching call and a decision by Bowers to throw that ball up.
And it's giving Northern Illinois another chance to put the squeeze on Western. Here's the run. This is Aaron Collins trying to get outside. He'll get positive yardage on first down to about the Western 25.
If we can, at some point we're going to have to highlight Big 76, John Champion. I mean, just watch the block by 76, left guard. Big John Champion, look at the block. That's called harassment. That's what that is. And he just all the way to the end of the whistle. And even though it's only a 1-yard game, that right there causes attrition up front. It wears people down, and it's very intimidating. But that was an excellent block, and we're talking about a true freshman.
Bowers is going to throw, and he's got a man overthrown. A little bit too soft, intended for the tight end, Daniel Crawford, the senior from Macomb, Michigan.
I think he threw that ball a little bit too late.
Yeah.
It was there for a hot second, and he gave Lupro time to recover. They've been going after Lupro a little bit today. He's had a good game. He's made his stops, but he's also been under fire a little bit at that corner. And it's tough playing corner, man, with big receivers and quarterbacks throwing on the money.
3rd down and 9, and you know how bad the Huskies want to make this a 2-score game. A touchdown would make that a 2-score game. Here's the run, and Collins takes it in the middle down to about the 21 or 22-yard line.
Bryson Garner came up from the secondary like a smoking gun, but I mean, he shot up there and went low and immediately stopped Aaron Collins. And you'll see it from the left back right there. And you'd like to see him wrap up a little bit more because Collins almost spun out of that one, but that's a good stop on 3rd down. Stop some of the bleeding.
This will set up John Richardson for a 40-yard field goal attempt. It is on its way, and it is good, and it puts Northern Illinois up by a full touchdown. They are smelling a road upset here in Kalamazoo. Broncos football, they trail by 7 early in the 4th quarter here at Kalamazoo. Fourth quarter continues with a 7-point lead now for Northern Illinois. Let's get the max scoreboard as it stands. Buffalo leading at home. Ball State a road lead at Toledo. Miami a shutout at the half at Akron, and Ohio all over Bowling Green. That's a fourth quarter score, and yesterday Central beat Eastern Michigan. And this game, well, it's pretty complicated right now as the ball stays on the turf and is covered for no return by Western Michigan. They saw one kickoff return by Dwayne Eskridge for 100 yards. They said that's about all the excitement we need from their special teams, so they'll be conservative.
Yeah, they squib kicked that one, and look at that, hit right off the back of the Broncos front lineman, and you got to get that ball. It's a live ball regardless, but just the strategy to not kick it deep anymore has worked out in Northern's favor ever since the kickoff return happened, as you mentioned.
And every possession now is more pressure on Western Michigan. Flag thrown as Ellaby cannot handle the snap.
Offense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that's not what you want on first down if you're Tim Lester.
And here's something that I've been hesitant to say, but I think we have to deal with this at this point, Dan. Western Michigan's getting beat up front, and they're a veteran group. We're talking 5 seniors and a junior that's been around, and you see those type of mistakes too. And that's the other part of the reason that the run game isn't there. But give Northern credit, but this offensive line is really, they're getting beat up front.
Time to throw. Now a deep ball straight down the middle and caught on the run. It's Eskridge. He's going to stay up and get out of bounds. What a throw. What a catch.
It's only a matter of time before they connect. And it doesn't matter who's back there or what the coverage is. That's just a guy going up making a play. And that's a great ball, too. Great ball.
57 yards. Ellaby to Eskridge. The dynamic duo gets Western to flip the field, and they're at the Northern Illinois 27. On the ground, Jefferson. Far edge, maybe a yard or two. Let's take a look at this. Big hit for Western Michigan.
Well, that time the offensive line gave them plenty of time, and then they ran a decoy route across the middle. Your defensive back, like Dylan Thomas right there, number 15, he didn't try to catch the ball at the highest point. He had his arms below his waist, and D. Eskridge went up. And you'll see it. And you got 3 people right there, so he actually made a big-time catch to give this offense a spark. These numbers right there, 5 for 100, 57 for the long.
Ellaby play fakes, pumps, throws, wide open in the middle, caught, touchdown Western Michigan. The Broncos hook with Sky Moore, and they've retaken the lead here in Kalamazoo. Not yet on that lead.
One of the things he did here was use D. Eskridge as he commanded 3 people as a decoy on that slant route, and then Sky Moore ran that delayed drag shallow cross across the middle right there. That's a great play call, great design, especially when you have a guy that just made a big play, he's getting all the attention.
Remember the problems Western's had with their kicks today, as Caps has missed a field goal and a point after. We are now tied at 27. Western Michigan, one big play after another. This one's for 6. The Broncos and the Huskies even in Kalamazoo. Well, this game continues to get more and more interesting. A tie game now, Western Michigan with the big play, the pass play, with Caleb Ellaby going 57 yards to Dwayne Eskridge. That was the setup play for the subsequent touchdown throw to Sky Moore in Western Michigan. Taking a big sigh of relief. They are used to nail biters. Their last two games have been close calls with Toledo and then Central Michigan. This one turning out to be the same thing. And Northern Illinois is going to try and return it a little bit and get out to about the 32 or 33 yard line. Here's the last touchdown, Marcus, for Western.
Well, a little play action. You see how Ellaby looks to his right, looked everyone off. Great job. And then hit Sky Moore across the middle on the delayed route. That was well drawn up and executed. But it's also because Eskridge commanded a lot of attention after the 57-yard grab.
Well, we've seen Northern Illinois and Ross Bowers show so much poise and patience. Can they do it again here and maybe get some points to reclaim the lead? And here's the run. This is a good one for Whaley. Positive yardage on first down. He's continued to read the holes and the non-holes well and shift as needed for a gain of about 5 or 6, maybe 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, they ran a split zone, and they ran it off the split zone. Just means that the backside wing, that receiver, he comes to be the lead blocker, but the offensive line went left, and it creates a big run lane, and he found it right there.
Second down and short for the Huskies. Another handoff, another run in the middle. Whaley on the carry. Only a couple yards. He's short of a first down. And one NFL item to pass along to about 2 hours west of us. The Detroit Lions making a decision to fire both head coach Matt Patricia and general manager Bob Quinn today.
Here you go, Dan. You can step in, man, and get it going for the line.
And the Broncos get it going defensively with a big stop on third down. And that is going to put Northern Illinois in a bit of a bind here. It's fourth and not just a couple. It's actually 4th and 4 on the scoreboard. And that's going to bring out their punting unit.
Yeah, I think Northern going conservative in their last few drives like that. I mean, and yeah, they scored things like that. But when it comes to the short yardage game, they've been real soft off the edges, and they're getting tackles for loss on inside runs off the edge. And I think it's cost them a little bit of continuity on offense.
Matt Ferentz has 2 punts for 40 yards. This one's pretty good. No return. It takes a Western bounce and stops dead at about the 14-yard line, where it's Bronco football. Well, what a great, it's been almost like a chess match game. With Northern Illinois, they dictated tempo and pace and rhythm early, took kind of Western's big playmakers out of the game. But here we stand, just over 7 minutes left, a tie game, and really kind of everything you could ask for both teams. And again, here's the big play makers in the passing game for Western Michigan. Good numbers, but not, you know, the numbers they're used to.
And there's only 2 guys that have caught. They're the only 2 with receptions for this offense today.
Running on first down, Jefferson keeps his feet, but he doesn't have much room to run. And he'll get a couple yards on the first down carry for Western.
It's a good run on first down, even though he got a little tripped up. Timing was off. But I think if you're Western Michigan, you want to milk a little clock. Yeah, you want to get the lead, but you also don't want to give Northern a chance to play chess with you once they get the ball back. This is an important drive for Western Michigan.
Wide open, caught in space. That's Eskridge. 4 white jerseys collapse on him quickly, but he gets a Western first down. And it is time for your big playmakers to shine and step up.
Oh, they have a lot of faith in Gandy because, and that's a tough route to stop. What they call it there, just tackle the catch. Tackle the catch.
Gain of 16 yards. Ellaby will throw in the middle, incomplete. Ball juggled, good coverage there. Kyle Pugh making his presence felt after missing the first half of this game.
Right now, I mean, it's still a chess match, but I think if Western Michigan takes what the defense is giving them, which is that 8-9 yard curl route, don't get greedy. They're going to continue to move the sticks. That was a good play by Kyle Pugh, breaking that up.
2nd down and 10. Little moving pocket. Ellaby's going to go deep down the middle, looking for Eskridge. Incomplete. Little bit underthrown. Oh, not Eskridge. Sorry, that's Corey Crooms. Crooms has been a target as well for Western today.
You'll see it. It wasn't a trick play, but it was like a delayed switch route designed to throw off the safeties. But Gandy's been playing extremely well, just identifying route combinations and how to get his hands up and his eyes on the football. I like the play call, but Ellaby just put a little too much air on it. It was underthrown. Should have put more of it on rope.
Western Michigan 1 of 6 on 3rd down attempts today. This is 3rd and 10. Broncos have been playing from behind for a lot of this game, and a sack. Northern Illinois' defensive front stepping in and taking down Caleb Ellaby. And the Broncos have to punt.
Watch the freshman Rayner, Devin Rayner, coming off the left side. It was a delayed stunt blitz. Athletic young freshman, 6'3", 212, who can run from Indianapolis. They did a great job of disguising their blitz and their coverage, and those guys on the back end, they stayed with those receivers. Nothing was there for Ellaby.
Western gives up 8 yards. Low snap. And Cole Tucker is going to catch this and try and return it. Not for much, though. Northern Illinois will have the football at the 33-yard line. A very unconventional game, at least in terms of how Tim Lester, the Western coach, thought this game would unfold. But
and it's not like he thought he was taking them lightly.
Right,
exactly. I mean, he just felt like, they're 3-0. They're doing their thing. Last year, this team cost them. Now it's turning to a thorn in your side, a rivalry, a bump in the road, but at the same time, 4 games in, you're not playing the same team that you see on film, and Coach Lester understands that, so that's why he expected this to be a ball game.
And Fletcher is in under center. They go Wildcat, and they get nothing on that run with Harris and Whaley gang tackled for a loss for Northern Illinois.
Big Braden Fist. See, that play is designed. You leave the defensive lineman unblocked, and he read it perfectly. Right up the middle. Old triple option football blocking schemes from back in the day. Tom Osborne and those guys. Switzer made it popular how to run that. But at the same time, when you leave those linemen unblocked, if he sniffs it out, there's going to be a problem.
Ross Bowers back in under center. What a game plan for Northern Illinois. They've executed so well. Now Bowers on the move. He'll throw, and it is incomplete. Got there a little bit late. He was looking for Trayvon Rudolph, the spectacular freshman. And it brings up 3rd and long for Northern Illinois.
That's a great pass breakup by Harrison Taylor with safety on the back end. I mean, to be able to play in space and recover, close in on the route and get the hand up, because that was going to be a big play for the offense.
Under 4.5 minutes left here. Huskies trying to get their first win. Oh, they get a big sack. They came in high on Ross Bowers and took him down. And he gets helped up. There was 2 black jerseys in there, bringing some serious pressure.
Oh yeah, Ralph Holly was one of them. You'll see right from the left. You got Big Andre Carter getting in there, and then Holly finishing the deal. But that was A 3rd and long, 2 high safeties, taking away all the deep stuff. There's nowhere to go with the football.
That's a loss of 9 yards. Huskies will give it back to Western and punt away. Ooh, no flag. Well, there's a flag thrown. Ball comes loose. Looked like that return man got bumped.
And Cam Cooper's real crafty at this return game. He knows how to position his body and where the ball is to get the coverage man all out of whack. And that's the 2nd time he's done that.
He sold it once earlier today. That's a 42-yard punt by Matt Ferentz, but we got to get this penalty sorted out here. And again, Tom Stapleton is our official today.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 35. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Well, that's significant. We'll address that and set it up when we come back. It is a tie football game. We are down to crunch time here in Kalamazoo. The Huskies and the Broncos even at 27. They're going to single out that man, number 20, Jermaine March, for the interference on the kick here.
Cam Cooper technically either should get away from that as a returner or fair catch signal. So when you don't fair catch signal, then that defender doesn't know exactly if you're going to catch the ball or not. So it's a very crafty move for a return man.
So the Broncos get 15 yards of field position. Play fake throw. Complete far side Eskridge. And boy, you just can't cover that, really. I mean, all you do is hope that you can stop him after, a couple of yards after the catch.
And that's been there all day. And I think that's how you substitute, a lack of a run game is to be able to do that. Now Eskridge lines up in the slot, so you have to be careful there. He likes to run underneath routes and work on those safeties. But when teams play soft zone, that's the throw that's always there.
Oh, they're going to run the reverse. Here's Eskridge around the end. He's got blockers and a lot of field in front of him. He stays up inside the 10. A little misdirection by Western Michigan goes a long way, and the Broncos are inside the 10.
That's how you got to know when he lines up in the slot, something different is coming. He's normally an outside receiver. Good move right there in the open field. but he saved the tackle. It's a touchdown there, but that was a great play call.
Rasheed Thomas makes the tackle that stops him from scoring, but boy, look at the good blocking downfield right there. Yeah. 25 yards on the pickup, and they're taking a look at an injured Northern Illinois player.
D. Eskridge is exciting. I mean, that's just, and they just threw him a curl route. He gets out of bounds, comes back, line up in a slot, and runs a reverse and try to take it to the house. And the man can line up and play cornerback, too. Let's not forget that he's a double-duty guy. They don't do it as much anymore, but they found out they just wanted him more on offense, and you see why, because 100-yard kickoff return, 57-yard grab to flip the field and get him back in.
Kyle Pugh comes off the field slowly for Northern Illinois, but he's walking normally, so that's a good sign. Yeah, when your quarterback, Caleb Ellaby, throws a killer block like that, you know the guys in the film room are going to love that tomorrow when they look back on game highlights for this film, or for this game. Broncos, game clock running just north of 3 minutes. Broncos just inside the Huskies 10. Jefferson is with him in the backfield, and they will take a lot of time before the snap. Now it goes to Jefferson. Ball is loose on the turf. Western covers it. Oh, man.
Wow.
Woo.
Jefferson covered it, but
charge timeout, Northern Illinois.
the ball got loose quick.
And the hole was there. It just
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When that ball is lower than, when your wrist is lower than your waist, that ball's coming out.
Well, Tim Lester setting up his offense for Western Michigan. Again, it's, you know,
Please reset the game clock to 2:41. 2:41, please.
They're going to add 6 seconds onto the game clock, and his team has been in this position from week to week, so it's not like their 3-0 record, a little bit misleading. They haven't exactly blown the doors off of everybody that they've played. The last 2 wins have been kind of, come from behind type wins. And it looks like that's the way this will turn out, assuming they score and take a lead here. And you don't want to really trust your kicking game 100% because they missed a PAT and a field goal already. You want to get in the end zone here on 2nd and 11. Ellaby under pressure. Now he's going to have to improvise, and he's going to run, and he puts his head down and took a hit. Good coverage there with Devin Lafayette putting a hard hit on Caleb Ellaby.
3rd and final charge timeout, Northern Illinois.
And the Huskies take their final timeout. They've got to save the game clock.
That's good coverage, though. And right there is a missed opportunity.
Please set the game clock to 2:32, please. 2:32.
By the linebacker, and so Ellaby could have thrown that ball in the end zone, potentially been a turnover, but he decides to take what he can get. It's a good tackle on the back end by the freshman Lafayette.
Here's an important graphic today. We told you this guy is a game changer every time the ball is in the air coming at him. Reception yards, return yards. Of course, breaking a kickoff return for 100 yards kind of skews the numbers the right way, but, 300, almost 300 total yards.
Yeah, I mean, with those type of numbers and with his speed, I think he's a Sunday guy. I mean, I can see him getting drafted.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure exactly where, but and it's not even just for his ability to catch the football. He's a return man, and you can't put a price on a dynamic return man. So, I know he has to finish out this year. It would have been a shame if, when they couldn't play and a guy like D. Eskridge can't finish out his last year, then they re-announce the season, and he's showing you why. But I think he's a pro, and he's showing everybody else too.
3rd and goal from the 7. Big play here for the Broncos. They're going to go in the air. Ellaby in the middle, incomplete. They wanted Eskridge, but great coverage there. And again,
that was defensive pass interference. I honestly believe it. That the flag's not out there.
No flag, but
no flag, but that was RPO, and Gandy was all over, but he got there super early. And actually, Eskridge got away with a little push and shove at the end of that play. It would have been a 15-yarder. But that was a no call. And even if we get the replay, you'll see that contact was a little early. But nevertheless, Western still got the ball, kicking the field goal.
So Gavin Petty is the field goal kicker, and he will hammer it, and he will hammer it through. Tough spot for the sophomore from Granville High School, but he puts it home and puts Western in the lead, 30-27. Let's take a look at this last play. Should there have been a flag?
Now look to the right of your screen as the ball gets in there. No. That's great defense. Yeah. That's great defense. I take it back.
Flag needed.
And that's why they didn't call it. But from our angle in real time, I said, "Oh man, I don't know."
Did you see that little shove at the end?
That's what I said. It was a little fisticuffs afterwards. Could have cost them 15. But when you're the superstar, baby, they're here to see you, baby. No flag.
Well, Western Michigan, it's not comfortable yet. But hey, it's 2.5 minutes-ish left in the game. You're up 3. Northern Illinois is not really primed for big plays. So at least it's in the hands of your defense now if you're the Broncos.
Well, I will say this. They would prefer to be in this situation than Western taking the ball in victory formation. Northern has a chance. It's not like they're down 3 scores with 2 minutes left. They have a chance to tie it or win it, push it into overtime. Now we're going to find out. Bowers can manage this situation, but I think they're going to take a couple of shots down the field because it's a 50-50 ball and it's been working for them for the most part. But you're not going to be able to run it. The timeout situation is what it is. They only have 1, so you got to be careful.
See if they can get a good return here. And they run in the middle. Not bad for Northern Illinois. Again, they've been proactive that way. With Jerron Mitchell.
That's Mitchell, man. He's a little shifty guy in there. He almost popped that one.
For a 25-yard return. Now, the other thing is, for Northern Illinois, there's a lot of time on the clock. You don't have to go crazy into a 2-minute offense thing here yet, even though, 2:18 is on the clock. You still can manage this fairly well without having to take deep shots right away. Bowers, Western playing deep. They'll throw underneath. Caught right at the mark. It's complete to Trayvon Rudolph, but Huskies can't wait, and they can't really afford short gains with the ball staying in bounds either. 2nd down and 6 under 2 minutes.
For Western Michigan, you just got to protect the sideline. They're going to get a holding call probably in there. It's tough when the quarterback scrambles and the D-line starts to chase the quarterback. The offensive line don't know where the quarterback is. It's a tough one right there on that O-line.
Holding, offense number 76, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's on John Champ, the freshman. Backup left guard, a freshman. And boy, I'll tell you, whatever happens between now and the next minute and 52 seconds, you have got to be happy for what Northern Illinois did coming here with Thomas Hammock's team. So young, so frustrated that they haven't gotten that first win. But he said, look, if you take away turnovers, we probably have a win or 2 already in our, in our records. But it just hasn't gone that way. But today they played a great game here against Western Michigan and still have a chance to make it even more interesting. 2nd and 16. Safe throw far side. He turns it back inside though. That was a mistake. Maybe it should have gone out of bounds.
That was a good throw by Bowers though, and he saw that as the play, as it was developing in his drop. He knew that check down was going to get a big chunk of yards.
Rudolph on that catch, 3rd and short. Huskies need it. Pressure. Ball is loose on the turf. Covered by Western Michigan. And the Broncos are jumping all over that sideline. I'm not sure if he got it or not, but it should have been recovered by Western Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Watch him come off that edge, though.
I don't know how he lost it.
27?
I don't think we have time for a replay. Tim Lester was trying to call timeout. Now 4th down. Wait. Well, Tim Lester wanted a review on that play for sure.
30-second charge timeout. Western Michigan there first.
That's interesting. I mean, once he talked to his defense,
Yeah.
I mean, the ball was out. They clearly recovered it. I don't know. Once he talked to his defense, though, probably weren't in the right call. Let's see, coming off the edge there. Clean hit, ball out. Right there, jumped on 58.
Oh, okay.
Please reset the game clock to 1:05, please. 1:05.
It's 27. I ain't see it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was right there on the table for Western. But
Selig's been roughing people up all day on special teams, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a violent kind of guy today. And he just made a big play that may have changed the complexion of this drive. Being at his 4th down now, they didn't get that 3rd down play off.
here's the ball game for the Huskies. They need 7, but they've got to get the 1st down. And the throw on the run, incomplete. Ball is on the turf. They say no reception. And that means it's Western football on downs.
Wow.
The Huskies go down swinging as hard as they can.
I think Bowers threw it a little bit too soon. He could have sold that run, but he got rid of it. Right there, another one step. Or maybe threw it soon, but there we go. Coach Lester, he likes it.
Yes, he does.
You know, he survived one today, buddy.
Broncos living on the edge is the place they seem to be. Very comfortable. And victory formation awaits for the Broncos of Western Michigan. 4th straight game that they will have a W.
Hey, it don't matter how it comes. They say a win's a win, and you know, it's not going to be pretty. I mean, everybody's getting better. I mean, that's the thing. The team you saw on tape is not the same team.
Here's the way it's going to look in about 35 seconds. Western will stay perfect, and Northern Illinois winless. But man, did they give the Broncos everything they could handle today. This was a nail-biter for sure.
From start to finish, too.
Yeah, there's no accidents here. And man, you got to give Thomas Hammock and the Northern Illinois coaching staff all the credit for the game plan. They executed it, and a little tweak here, a little tweak there might have changed it. But with Dwayne Eskridge wearing that black jersey, all bets are off. And when the ball gets near him and in his hands, it's big trouble. And he just did too much today to hurt the Huskies.
Yeah, and when you have the best player on the field, you always have a chance to win. As you see Western's upcoming schedule, they go down in a rivalry game next week against Eastern, travel down to Muncie in a couple of weeks for Ball State, and then if all things work out, MAC championships then.
Wild game here in Kalamazoo, not what we thought. Here's the road for the Broncos to finish out. They host Eastern Michigan here next Saturday. That's a 2 p.m. kick, then at Ball State on December 12th. That's a wrap here with Western Michigan. A winner here. Final score 30-27 as they knock out Northern Illinois. For my partner Marcus Ray, I'm Dan Gutowski and our great production crew here in Kalamazoo. This has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN, the leader in college sports. So long from Kalamazoo.